What's up, y'all? It's me, Fast to Death. And today's Apex news is about the island dancehall queen medic herself, Lifeline. I, for one, never really felt like Lifeline herself needed a buff. For one, she can res teammates faster than everybody else. She can use usables faster than other legends without a gold body armor shield or body armor. She also has Doc, who can heal while the rest of her team fixes their shields. And then there's her care package that we don't want to talk about because her care package is kind of useless. But nonetheless, these things have still made Lifeline to be one of the top tier legends of Apex Legends. It's kind of baffling, when you think about it, as to why she would need a buff, but it does make sense because in the short of it, Lifeline is boring. So what I mean by boring is that other characters have already taken Lifeline's thunder. You have Gibby, who can basically heal fast inside of his dome, similar to how Lifeline just does it as her passive. Then you have the fact that inside the dome it's a good way to still res characters, your teammates that have fallen. So kind of takes away that thunder from Lifeline as well. But also then you have Mirage, who can res you while he's invisible, which I think is better than the shield with Lifeline, resin. But the thunder that's completely stolen is going to be from Loba, whose black market is way more valuable than Lifeline's care package. There is the fact that Lifeline can open the blue bins, loot bins, and get a couple of extra items. I mean, I think that is useful per se, but it doesn't really set Lifeline apart, right? She needs more to make her unique. Lifeline is a top tier legend. I mean, we can look at the stats and see who the most chosen character is. As a matter of fact, according to, let me pull it up here, Carlos Pienda, the lead game designer at Respawn, he has a tweet that says, "Lots of talk about Lifeline and buffs, so let me speak to that a bit. Lifeline is in a complicated spot. Despite the claims that she is in a dire need of a buff, the data says she remains top tier across different categories, e.g. pick rate, win rate, and KDR. Carlos continues in the tweet to say, "So in a sense, she does not need a buff at all, but I get it. Everyone wants her to be unique, and I agree she lost some of her shine due to other legends buffs, but we can't straight up add power to her. That would drive her even higher in those metrics." The tweet that continues after that is, "What we're really looking for is a Sidegrade. We want her to be different from other legends without necessarily adding power. That kind of design is much harder than just cranking numbers or even just adding a new thing she can do." So it's not like Lifeline isn't amazing. She's just boring. I mean, it's no fault of her own. She didn't cause it. It's just buffs to the other characters. She doesn't really stand out anymore. But calm down, my Lifeline mains, because that buff is coming. Over at Direxto.com, I'm sure I butchered that, they have some interesting ideas when it comes to what Lifeline's buff should look like. Let's take a look. Medic pouch. 2 extra dedicated inventory slots for healing items only. Doc, DOC. Revive nearby knockdown teammates, but does it 1.5 times slower. While deployed, clicking the tactical button causes Doc to emit a pulse, which instantly heals 50 health to nearby teammates. Small radius. Survival pod. Rather than calling in a care package, Lifeline calls in a survival pod from Titanfall 2, which bring back fallen teammates without a need of a beacon. The medic pouch, I feel like that would be a good passive ability for Lifeline. Just being able to, have the extra slots to drop inventory of health or whatnot. Now, where things get really crazy is that ability to leave Doc to rise or pick up your comrade while you're all fighting. I think it gives a great dynamic to the battle because you'll have the enemy trying to make a decision to attack you while you're attacking them, and you have basically a fourth person on the field rezzing one of your players. Or, they decide to, hey, let's go ahead and push the character being res, and your team can go ahead and try to fight against that. So I think that changes the dynamic, but I don't really care too much for the pulse heal thing where you just press a button while your drone is out and it does like a small radius of, you know, healing 50 health. Like, I feel like, I mean, that's cool, but I don't know, it's a little overdone. Like, I don't know if it's really necessary, you know. But what I do like is the new care package, right? Instead of it being the useless care package that everybody fights over for the purple shield, or someone's a jerk and takes it from Lifeline, instead you can res or bring back, respawn a fallen teammate anywhere. Like, that changes everything. I think I would play Lifeline for that ability, and you probably will see more top tier players use Lifeline when playing with randoms and low class players, because, you know, you really change the game where you can just pull a player back from anywhere. No longer are the beacons being guarded to where, you know, you can't bring the player back, you know. So, or in that final ring, or the second to last final ring, you still bringing players into the game. Like, I think that would change everything. So, you know, kudos to those ideas. So what do you think about those ideas? Do you think those buffs are needed? Do you think they're good? Do you think that Respawn should add them to the game? Do you think Lifeline even needs a buff? Do you think there's another legend out there that needs a buff more than Lifeline? You know, comment below. I hope you enjoyed today's Apex news. Please give me a like, and remember to subscribe, join the channel, because as the channel grows, I plan to do a whole lot. I plan to do giveaways regularly as the subscriber count grows. So stay with me, bear with me. This is a learning thing for me, but I am excited about doing this. I enjoy playing Apex and other games, and if you'd like me to cover other games as well, just let me know. You can find me at Mixer at mixer.com/fasttodeath. I am on Twitter at fasttodeath, and you already see me here on YouTube. You know, on Instagram is at fasttodeath. So remember, continue to be a great legend.